guys and gals, this is Tyler, aka G Tactics 2 here again for you with another commentary. Today, I'm going to discuss a topic that isn't about a Special Forces unit or a vehicle, but it's about an animal. Yeah, this animal is Wojtek the Soldier Bear. That's right, I indeed said bear. Animals have long been used in warfare, including horses, camels, messenger pigeons, and dogs. But this is not about any of those, but a bear. Now, before I continue, I would like to thank my good friend Glittery Mocha, aka Amanda, for just suggesting this topic to me. Now, like I said, a bear. How awesome does that sound? I mean, who hasn't wanted to take a bear into combat with them? Wojtek the bear was a young cub that was discovered in 1942 by a young boy near Hamadan, Iran. The kid then gave the bear cub to Polish soldiers in exchange for food. These Polish soldiers were members of the Polish Second Corps, who had recently been released from Soviet prison camps in Siberia. They had been captured when the Soviet Union had invaded the eastern portion of Poland in 1939. The soldiers became attached to him and named him Wojtek. Wojtek is a Polish boy's name, which means happy warrior. Because he was less than a year old, he had trouble swallowing food, so they fed him condensed milk from an empty vodka bottle, which is just freaking awesome. As he continued to grow, the soldiers fed him fruits, marmalade, and honey. He was also often rewarded with beer, and this would become his favorite drink. Wojtek also became a smoker. He would be given a cigarette, which he would take a puff of and then eat the rest. Also, he only accepted lit cigarettes, and if they weren't lit, he would spit them back into his paws. It's a pretty smart bear. Wojtek became quite the attraction for both soldiers and civilians, and he was soon adopted as the unofficial mascot of all the Polish units there. Nobody in the unit was afraid of him, and they said he behaved just like a dog. He moved with the company to Iraq, then through Syria, Palestine, and Egypt. Wojtek became so popular that the Polish units didn't want to leave him behind. So to get him on a British transport ship, they officially drafted the bear into the Polish army as a private, and he was listed among the soldiers of the 22nd Artillery Supply Company of the Polish Second Corps. This allowed him to be transported alongside the unit from Egypt to Italy, where the unit would fight alongside the British 8th Army. As one of the enlisted soldiers, he lived with the men, either in their tents or in a special wooden crate which was transported by truck. He would prove his worth to the unit in Italy. During the Battle of Monte Cassino in 1944, Wojtek carried vital supplies of food and ammunition to his fellow soldiers. The 500-pound bear would walk back and forth, carrying the boxes of live shells from the trucks to the gun emplacements. Despite the deafening sounds of explosions and gunfire, he passed heavy shells, artillery boxes, and food shacks from truck to truck. The victory at Monte Cassino would open the road to Rome for the Allies. The company HQ decided that in recognition of Wojtek's success, they would create a logo as the official emblem of the 22nd Company. This logo was a bear holding an artillery cell, and the image was put on buttons and banners. Wojtek would stay with the unit till the end of the war. In 1945, he was transported to Berwickshire in Scotland, along with part of the Second Corps. Wojtek soon became popular among the local civilians, as well as the press. In 1947, demobilization began, and the Polish soldiers would have to go home. Even though they loved Wojtek as a comrade, the soldiers realized he would be better off in Scotland than he would be in Soviet-occupied Poland. Wojtek would then be sent to Edinburgh Zoo. He would stay here for the rest of his life, where he would entertain children and adults. He still drank and smoked. He usually had at least 2 beers a day and reacted positively when he heard Polish. He became very popular in Scotland, and he was a frequent guest on BBC's Blue Peter program. Wojtek died in December of 1963 at the age of 22. There are now proposals to make a memorial to him in Edinburgh. Now, that brings an end to this interesting commentary, guys and gals. I again want to thank my friend Amanda for bringing me this interesting subject, and I'd also like to remind you that I am always open to ideas and suggestions from my subs. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, this has been True Tactics 2, signing off.